When he first started seeing ghosts, Max mistakenly assumed everyone else could see them too. Now, after years of being blamed for the pranks of mischievous spirits, Max is determined to do whatever it takes to make himself normal. But when he's sent to spend the summer with his eccentric grandfather Ramhart, being normal becomes impossible. Here in Glimmerville, bakeries sell enchanted pies. The lake is infested with mermaids. The town's beloved ghosts roam free. And Ramhart himself is celebrated as the world's most famous monster hunter. At first, all Max wants is to survive the summer. But the more time he spends in Glimmerville, the more he starts to wonder if he's finally found a place where he can truly be himself. But when a supernatural attack steals Ramhart's soul, Max, with the help of a few new friends, must go on a quest to find his grandfather's renowned field guide, an enchanted book that contains all the knowledge Ramhart has gathered about defeating unearthly nemesis. And if they don't find the book fast, Glimmerville will crumble into chaos, and Max will lose the only person who's ever made him feel at home.
Meet Resilience, a Mars rover determined to live up to his name. Rez was built to explore Mars. He was not built to have human emotions. But as he learns new things from the NASA scientists who assemble him, he begins to develop human-like feelings. Maybe there's a problem with his programming. Human emotions or not, launch day comes and Rez blasts off to Mars, accompanied by a friendly drone helicopter named Fly. But Rez quickly discovers that Mars is a dangerous place, filled with dust storms and giant cliffs. As he navigates Mars's difficult landscape, Rez is tested in ways that go beyond space exploration. As millions of people back on Earth follow his progress, will Rez have the determination, courage, and resilience to succeed and survive? Read A Rover's Story to find out.
Hi, I'm Gail Galligan, creator of 4 Babysitters Club graphic novel adaptations, and I'm so excited to talk to you about my first original graphic novel, Freestyle.
For Corey and his friends, 8th grade is the last chance for them to perform together as a dance crew. But the crew has stopped having fun, and Corey's grades are slipping. His parents ask his totally not cool classmate Sana to tutor him. But when he sees Sana practicing yo-yo, Corey is pulled deep into the world of competitive yo-yo. Will he have to give up his old passion and old friends in the process? Find out in Freestyle.
I had so much fun making Freestyle, and if you enjoy reading it even half as much, I will be so happy. Thank you.
"12-year-old homeschooled Olive is tired of being seen as fragile just because she has brittle bone disease. So she's thrilled when she finally convinces her parents to let her attend Macklemore Elementary. Olive can't wait to go to a traditional school and make friends that she's always longed for until a disastrous first day dashes her hopes of ever fitting in. Then, Olive hears whispers about a magical, wish-granting hummingbird that supposedly lives near Macklemore. It'll be the solution to all her problems. If she can find the bird and prove herself worthy, the creature will make her most desperate, secret wish come true. When it becomes clear that she can't solve the mystery on her own, Olive teams up with some unlikely allies who help her learn the truth about the bird. And on the way, she just might learn that our fragile places lead us to the most wonderful magic of all. Maisie has never been to Last Chance, Minnesota, until now. Her mom's plan is just to stay for a couple of weeks until her grandfather gets better. But plans change, and as Maisie spends more time in Last Chance, where she and her family are the only Asian Americans, and at the Golden Palace, the restaurant that's been in her family for generations, she makes some discoveries. For instance, you can tell a lot about someone by the way they order their food. And people can surprise you, sometimes in good ways, sometimes in disappointing ways. And the Golden Palace has secrets. But the more Maisie discovers, the more questions she has. Like, Why are her mom and her grandmother always fighting? Who are the people in the photographs on the office wall? And when she discovers that a beloved family treasure has gone missing and someone has left a racist note, Maisie decides that it's time to find the answers. For most kids, catching fireflies is a fun summer activity. For 12-year-old Serwa Boating, it's a matter of life and death. That's because Serwa is a slayer and knows that some fireflies are really shape-shifting vampires from the forests of southeastern Ghana. When one vampire infiltrates her school, it's up to her to whip some of her classmates into fighting shape before they all become firefly food. And when she uncovers a secret that upends everything she thought she knew about her family, Serwa will have to decide which side of herself, the normal girl or the slayer, is the right one.
My name is India Hill Brown, and I'm the author of The Girl in the Lake.
There's a girl in the lake. I hear her at night. She looks just like me. Sometimes I see her in the mirror. There's a girl in the lake, and she wants to take me down there with her.
The Girl in the Lake follows the story of Celeste as she visits her grandparents' lake house for the summer, along with her brother and cousins. But as soon as she gets there, she realizes that things are not as they seem. She goes into her room, she hears voices, she sees something behind her shoulder. There is definitely something supernatural going on. Celeste has to figure out what this ghost wants before anyone else gets hurt.
After 12-year-old John's mother dies, he refuses to be sent off to the Jersey Home for Boys, where kids are forced to make skinny jeans for hipsters and are fed nothing but kale. Instead, he makes himself a snug home in the ceiling of the New York Museum of Natural History, where he reads anything he can get his hands on and explores the artifacts after hours. But when a rare Egyptian ruby, the highlight of the museum's new exhibit, goes missing, John is accused of the crime. That is, until the unpredictable Inspector Todius McGee sweeps in to take control of the case, certain that the true culprit is a notorious criminal he's been tracking for years. John and Todius race from Broadway to back alleys to a speakeasy that only serves root beer. And along the way, John uncovers secrets about his own past, including that he's a lot more involved in this web of crime than he could ever have imagined. Loretta and her twin brother Waylon are headed to middle school. Loretta has always been quick with her fists and her wits. Since Waylon is on the small side, Loretta doesn't let anyone mess with him. But now she worries he won't survive without her by his side. Her secret plan? Bulk him up with muscle over the summer. Little does she know that Waylon has a plan of his own. He'll show his sister he can take care of himself. As each puts their plan into motion, Loretta and Waylon spend the summer going into the woods behind their house and even sneaking out late at night. That's where they first encounter Louis. Louis is homeschooled, he explains, but when Loretta gives him the 3rd degree, Loretta, Waylon, and Louis fall into a comfortable friendship and continue their nightly forest adventures until they unearth a mysterious box that causes the past to collide with the present and propels the trio on a quest that will forever change their lives. In the dead of night, a truck arrives in Slaughterville, a small town curiously named after its windowless slaughterhouse. 7 mysterious kids with suitcases step out of the vehicle and into an abandoned home on a dead-end street, looking over their shoulders just to make sure they aren't noticed. But Ravini Foster covertly witnesses their arrival from his bedroom window. Timid and lonely, Ravini is eager to learn everything he can about his new neighbors. What secrets are they hiding? And most mysterious of all, where are the adults? Yet amid this shadowy group of children, Ravini finds an unexpected friend in the warm and gutsy Virginia. But with this friendship comes secrets revealed and danger. When Ravini learns of a threat to his new friends, he must fight to keep them safe or lose the only person who has ever understood him. Full of wonder, friendship, and mystery, The Midnight Children explores the meaning of home, what it takes to make a family, and how to find the courage to believe in yourself. Of her 2 granddaughters, Grandma Yvette clearly prefers Ruby Taylor's perfect and perfectly Jewish cousin Sarah. They do everything together, including bake cookies and have secret sleepovers that Ruby isn't invited to. 12-year-old Ruby suspects Grandma Yvette doesn't think she's Jewish enough. But when Sarah starts acting out, trading in her skirts and cardigans for ripped jeans and stained t-shirts, and getting into trouble at school, Ruby can't help but be somewhat pleased. Then, Sarah takes things too far, and Ruby becomes convinced that Sarah is possessed by an evil spirit that Ruby may or may not have accidentally released from Grandma Yvette's basement. Ruby is determined to save her cousin. But can an evil spirit only be expelled by a pious Jew? If Ruby isn't Jewish enough for her own grandmother, how can she possibly be Jewish enough to fight this spirit? Will Ruby be able to save her cousin? And will she ever convince Grandma Yvette that she's enough just as she is? Read The 2 Wrong Halves of Ruby Taylor to find out. Minnie lives in the poorest part of Mumbai, where access to water is limited to a few hours a day, and the communal taps have long lines. Lately, though, even that access has been threatened by severe water shortages and thieves who are stealing this precious commodity, an act that Minnie accidentally witnesses one night. Meanwhile, in the high-rise building where she has just started to work, she discovers that water streams out of every faucet, and there's even a rooftop swimming pool. Then, one day, Minnie encounters the water mafia boss and faces her biggest dilemma yet. Should she expose him, even if it means risking her job and maybe her life? How did Minnie's future get so complicated? Will Minnie survive this challenging encounter? Read Thirst to find out.